Picture this. 31 residency shows in Puerto Rico sold out in minutes. A Grammy Award winner, 4-time SNL performer, 50 million followers on Instagram. The biggest pop artist in the world right now. You already know who it is. Yes, Bad Bunny. The NFL wants him for the 2026 Super Bowl halftime show, and social media is losing it. As the Super Bowl gets closer, the initial backlash has toned down. But the debate? That's far from over. Some defend him like family, others, not quite. So, what is happening inside our brains when we love a musician? Why does hearing your idol voice make you feel so good? And let's be honest, how can we feel so close to someone who doesn't even know we exist? Welcome to Probably Taken, where we look past the obvious to find what's happening in plain sight. And today, we dive into the neuroscience of fandom. Turns out, there's hard neuroscience behind fandom. There's a study from University College London published last year, where they got 100 superfans and put them into a brain activity scanner and played them audio clips with either the voice of their idol or the voice of a stranger. When these superfans heard the voice of their idols, their brains lit up 6 milliseconds faster than when listening to the voice of strangers. Not only did their brains respond faster, but they also activated the same reward circuitry that engages when we anticipate seeing someone personally significant. The areas that process pressure and motivation all spike when that familiar tone hits your ears. Your brain doesn't care if it is your best friend or Bad Bunny. If that voice mattered to you, it is coded as a reward. Just hearing Benito talk in an interview can give you that instant hit of warmth and joy. This is why a lot of people cried and waited in ridiculously long lines, no matter the weather, for tickets for his Puerto Rico residency, and why millions will watch his Super Bowl performance not just for the spectacle, but because it feels personal. This is identity fusion. The artist stops being entertainment and becomes a symbol for your community, your culture, your identity. How do we choose who to idolize in the first place? Why Bad Bunny? Why not my guitar-playing neighbor? Why does the whole world look up to a specific people? It all comes down to evolution and how humans survived for the last few 100,000 years. It was by following the crowd. If you are an early human on the savannah and you see a group of people paying close attention to one specific person, what does your brain tell you? Probably they know something you don't know. There is a reason. Being the best mother, the best hunter increased our chances of survival. Popularity was associated with success. Your brain evolved a shortcut. Copy the popular one, live long and prosper. There's a fascinating study where researchers conducted an experiment with toddlers. They haven't been influenced by marketing yet. They showed them two adults, one getting attention and the other one being ignored. Kids copied the popular one at twice the rate than the ignored one, even when they couldn't remember why. Your brain detects who is getting all the attention and concludes that's a successful survivor. So fast forward to today, we don't have literal hunter-gatherer tribes. We have Instagram. Bad Bunny has 50 million followers, making him the modern equivalent of the ancient tribal leader. Charlotte de Becker argues that our celebrity obsession isn't random. It's an evolutionary byproduct. In early human groups, tracking high-status leaders helped us survive. Now, that ancient status radar locks onto pop icons. It's called prestige bias learning. Our brains copy people who seem admired, hoping to share their glow. And then you go to his concert and you see the crowd. In a stadium, our bodies sink. Clapping, chanting, dancing. Researchers call this ritual behavior or collective effervescence. When the brain releases neurochemicals that promote social bonds, the crowds becomes one. Me becomes we. So when thousands chant or sing, your brain's social bonding networks light up. They are the same circuits that link families, teams, and congregations. Smith, in Football on the Brain, breaks down fandom in 3 specific drivers. Psychological. We crave arousal, excitement, and an escape from reality. A Bad Bunny concert is definitely an escape. Sociocultural. Fundamental need to belong. We are social primates. Solitude is dangerous to our biology. If you are a fan, you are part of the group. And self-concept. We define who we are by what we love. Telling someone you are a Bad Bunny fan isn't just a preference. It tells something about your identity, your values, maybe where you are from. Concerts are the tribal rituals, and social media is a 24/7 global stadium. But there's one more layer to this illusion of intimacy: the parasocial relationship. Yes, parasocial love. We see and hear him daily, so our brains start treating Bad Bunny like a friend. Over time, this builds a deep psychological sense of empathy and familiarity. Neurologically, he becomes a character on your internal social map. So when he posts on social media, it doesn't feel like a broadcast from a stranger. It feels personal. That's why a new post hits like a reward. As the backer notes, we're running ancient software, brains built for small tribes where everyone knows each other. So when we see him every day on our phones, our brains fills in the gaps and assumes we know him. He's part of our tribe. It's Stone Age biology trying to keep up in a digital world. There's this stereotype that fandom is for teenagers. We tend to think you grow out of it. Is that true? That is a very common myth, but sociologists have looked at fandom from what they call a life course perspective. So how does it change as we get older? It doesn't go away. Fandom evolves with us. Teen fans use music to build identity. Adults return for comfort or nostalgia. Later in life, it becomes heritage, a bridge across generations, just like Bad Bunny's music, which is already resonating deep with fans of all ages. At every stage of life, music helps regulate emotion and remind us who we are. That's why the lyrics that move you at 20 can still give you chills at 50. Those emotional circuits are lifelong companions, which is interesting with Bad Bunny because he's relatively new. He blew up globally around 2018. It hasn't been that long, but looking at the data, his music is already forming these long-term identity connections. For his core fans, he's becoming part of their autobiographical memory. So in 30 years, we're going to have grandmas weeping to Titi Me Preguntó. Those neural pathways are being paved right now. The concerts, the social media, the shared moments, they are all building the infrastructure for future nostalgia. Our brains evolved to believe, to find meaning in rhythm, ritual, and shared joy. Now, that ancient wiring meets global media, and the result is fandom on a planetary scale. So next time you sing Debí tirar más fotos, remember, you are not just vibing, you are activating one of humanity's oldest neural traditions: the need to belong, to believe, and to feel alive together. Thanks for diving deep with us. If you like this video, hit like, share, and subscribe. We'll see you next time.